Hello guys, welcome to my HS first year accountancy class. So today we are going to learn cost of goods sold. Now see, what is cost of goods sold? Cost of goods sold, or another term of cost of goods sold, is merchandising cost. Now what is merchandising cost? Merchandise means commodities or goods that are bought and sold in business. So, what is merchandise? Merchandise means commodities or goods that are bought and sold in business. Well, now we will see the formula of calculating cost of goods sold. So, this is the formula of calculating cost of goods sold. So, first of all, value of the opening stock. For finding cost of goods sold, first of all, we will write the value of the opening stock. Now you know well that in that 1 year's closing balance is the next year opening balance. So 1 year's closing stock is the next year's opening stock. So first of all, we will write the value of opening stock. Now with this we will add the purchases of goods. Whatever purchases are made, then we will add this one, purchases of goods. From the purchases of goods, if any return is mentioned in the question, we will deduct this return, that is purchase return. Purchase return will be deducted from purchases of goods. If goods are damaged or goods are found any problem in goods, or if the company or if the dealer returns the goods, this is the purchase return. So this part from purchases, purchase return will be deducted, that is minus purchase return. Then we will expenses incurred on purchases. We will add expenses incurred on purchases. Say for example, what are the expenses that are generally incurred on purchases? Carriage. So common is carriage. Carriage, octroi, this type of expenses are to be added, as because these expenses are incurred on production. After adding expenses on production, the amount so far will be the total cost. From total cost, the value of closing stock will be deducted. From total cost, what we will deduct? We will deduct the value of closing stock. After deducting the value of closing stock, the amount so received will be the cost of goods sold. So this is the formula for calculating cost of goods sold. First of all, the value of opening stock, and with this we will add purchase of goods. From purchases of goods, we will deduct purchase return. After deducting this one, we will add expenses incurred in production. The expenses that are generally incurred in productions are carriage, octroi charges, example, etc. So after this we will deduct value of closing stock, and the amounts are received after deducting the value of closing stock is the cost of goods sold. So this is our question, and we will solve this question, that is we will going to find the cost of goods sold. Now let's see the question. The value of opening stock is 20,000. In our question, it is given that the value of opening stock is 20,000. Purchases are 2 lakhs. Purchases given as 2 lakhs. And the cost of goods in hand at the end of the year is 20,000. And cost of goods in hand at the end of the year. At the end of the year here means closing stock, closing balance. So the closing stock is 40,000. Find out the cost of goods sold. So we are going to find out the cost of goods sold. So let's find it out. First of all, we will write formula. Cost of goods sold equals to opening stock plus purchases minus closing stock. Now let's see opening stock. Opening stock as given in our question is 20,000 rupees. 20,000. and then we will add purchases. So purchases are 2 lakhs. Purchases as given in our question is 2 lakhs minus. Now we will deduct closing stock. So closing stock here given in our question at the end of the year is 40,000, that is rupees 40,000. Now after calculating this one, 20,000 plus 2 lakhs minus 40,000, we will get 1,80,000. So cost of goods sold is 1,80,000. So cost of goods sold is 1,80,000. We will solve another sum. So here our question. The following figures relate to the business of X for the year 2018. So these are the information. So all these informations relates to the business of Mr. X and the year is 2018. Now let's see the figures. Now opening stock. So opening stock as given in the question is 5,000. Then purchases 35,000, direct expenses 2,000, closing stock 10,000. Calculate cost of goods sold. So you are required to calculate cost of goods sold. Well, you know opening stock, what is opening stock, and then purchases, and then direct expenses. Now what are direct expenses? Direct expenses are those expenses which are required in production. Now say in previous questions I have given one expenses, that is carriage, example, that is carriage, then all the carriage inward, octree. So all these are direct expenses, as because these expenses are required in production. Now we will calculate cost of goods sold. Let's write the formula. Cost of goods sold equals to opening stock plus purchases plus direct expenses minus closing stock. So opening stock as given in our question is 5,000 plus purchases 35,000 rupees plus direct expenses 2,000 plus minus closing stock as given in our question is 10,000. See, first of all, write the formula. I have written the formula. Cost of goods sold equals to opening stock plus purchases plus direct expenses minus closing stock. Then according to formula, put the figures as given in the question. Opening stock as given in the question is 5,000, then purchases 35,000, then direct expenses 2,000, and then minus closing stock, that is 10,000. Now add this one, 35,000, 5,000, 40,000, 42,000, then minus 10,000, that is our 32,000 rupees. 32,000. So 32,000 is the cost of goods sold. So these are the simple questions in cost of goods sold.